have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Amadeus.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of famous fun.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. I'm your host, Queen QueenAShakur, and this is your daily vitamins. I know you all probably thought I wasn't going live today, but I told you I go live every day. Okay, so with that all being said, everyone please get the likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Okay. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, let's get into it. Hey, Lillian X, Juju B in the house. All right, Claudette, April, Laverne. Okay, Nat Cole is here. Tawana. All right, Aboriginal woman. I see you, beloved. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. Bithia's here. Nessie X, Cherokee Descended Dale. Deronda, Leon is here. All right, Kimberly. Kimberly said, ready for the nefariousness. All right, Myth King the Dean. Shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first. Now, the reason I felt like it was important to talk about this topic specifically is because there are some people who think that people who look like me shouldn't be talking about Diddy, that we shouldn't be going against Diddy because Diddy is being taken down by the powers that be that don't look like him. But here's the thing. Diddy worked for those same powers that are now taking him down. He worked at the behest and in concert and in unison with those same people. Okay? With those same people. At the end of the day, Lillian says, Queen, thank you for going live this evening. I work during the day and can't be on the phone. That's okay. You're welcome, beloved. You're welcome. Okay, so now with that all being said, here's my thing. Juju B said, Queen, don't ever starve me of my vitamins. Okay, I'm sorry, Juju B, beloved. And Claudette said, wrong is wrong and right is right. Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing. Some people want to paint the notion that people who are going in on Diddy who look like me, who are the same skin tone as Diddy, they want to act like, you know, we don't have the same energy for other people. Well, that's all lies and BS as far as I'm concerned. Now, maybe some of these people don't go in as hard. I've gone in as hard on Harvey Weinstein. I've gone in as hard on Jeffrey Epstein. I've gone in at the end of the day. And here's the thing. Some of us who are going in on Diddy, please pay attention. We did not go in on Bill Cosby because we believed in Bill Cosby's innocence, which I still do. I always defended Bill Cosby. I always defended Michael Jackson. I went in on Oprah for having those two little lying thugs on there saying things against Michael Jackson. Okay? And I also said, as it pertained to R. Kelly, that the only reason they brought R. Kelly down at that point was because Weinstein was in the public eye and they wanted to take the focus. And I showed you all the receipts from that. But more importantly, when R. Kelly was being reported on, I did a video talking about how the parents were complicit, how some of these parents were complicit as far as I'm concerned, and how some of them should have gotten punished too, not just putting everything on R. Kelly. And so at the end of the day, I also did an expose on Kevin Spacey. I could go through the list. I've talked about Elvis, okay? At the end of the day, I heard Willie D talking today about people like me who are going in on Diddy. Now, he didn't say me specifically, but he was talking about people who were going in on Diddy. And to that, I'll say this. At the end of the day, like you just said, beloved, right is right and wrong is wrong. We could sit here all day and say that these people who don't look like us are trying to take Diddy down. But what we need to remember is the victims that have accused Diddy look like us. So are we supposed to side with Diddy just because he looks like us? Or are we supposed to side with the victims because they too look like us? That's what you should be asking yourselves. That's what you should be asking yourselves. Let me show you this. And then I'm going to show you receipts where I went in on Harvey Weinstein. Okay? And not only that, I'm going to show you just me reviewing that footage that I did years ago about Weinstein. I noticed that Weinstein and Diddy have very much similarities, and their victims do too. And I'm going to point all of that out. So I just want you all to pay attention. But hold on, let me pull up these docs real quick. Hold on, beloveds. Let me pull up these docs real quick because I'm going to refer to some of these court documents. I'm going to refer to some of that when I compare some of the things with Weinstein. Okay, so with that all being said, first of all, let's start right here. Now, we already know that the powers that shouldn't be are always going to try to make us out to be the ones that are so nefarious. They've always done that. I told you that 1,000 times. I told you that Max Weber, one of the journalists who was the best that did it, okay, and he was a person who was black. Max Weber said before he retired, he said that one of the things he hated most about being a news journalist was the made-up, concocted stories that they have to make up on the African-American community, because that's his own community. So he literally already told us years ago that the media lies and paints narratives, specifically as it pertains to people who look like me. Okay, so we know that. But that's not going to stop me from going in on the people amongst us who are doing nefarious things to us. And for anybody to think that's okay, for anybody to think that we should go along with Diddy and not be against him for what he's doing or being accused of, well, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. That's just too bad for them. Because I'm not going to cover up for somebody or condone somebody's BS just because they look like me. Like Cat Williams said, there's two sides, God's side and the other side. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. All right? I'm making points here. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some of Diddy's victims. This is not only some of his victims, this is some of his accusers who have said that he's done these things, who corroborated what victims have said. These are some of the people who also have complained about things he's done to them, not just the S assaults, taking their money, not treating them fairly in business. These are all people who've said those things, people who felt intimidated or fearful of him. These are all people who've said these things. So don't think that the video or the picture I'm about to show you, the pictures I'm about to show you, these aren't just his victims in the allegations and the lawsuits. These are also other people who've complained about Diddy doing other things to them. And so let's take a look at these people. Let's take a look at some of these people. And this is some of them. I don't have time to go through the whole list because it's too many. All right, but please pay attention. Y'all see that? I want y'all to look at every one of these people and you tell me that I'm supposed to discredit, deny, just skim over, forget, ignore all of the things that these people all have said because Diddy looks like me. I'm sorry, but they look like me too. And me going in on Diddy has nothing to do with me siding with the federal government. It has nothing to do with me siding with the people who don't look like me. It has everything to do with me siding with the victims who look like me. Now, if you want to side with Diddy because he looks like you, feel free. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. I'm not saying anyone shouldn't, but I'm siding with the people who look like me that are accusing Diddy because I don't think these people are lying. And we could say it's a money grab, but if he's done the things that they're accusing him of, shouldn't they be compensated? It's just like I told you, when the police take the life of an unarmed black person and it's unjustly done and the people sue to get compensation, don't they in fact deserve it? Of course they do. Okay, and they also deserve justice. Diddy's victims deserve to be monetarily compensated if these things are true, and they also deserve justice if these things are true. With that all being said, let's take a look at this. Because these are some more of Diddy's victims. Let's not forget the lady that is Natanya Rubin said Diddy is the one that shot her in the face. Diddy. So he shot a person who looks like me in the face, according to her. I'm supposed to ignore that because the other people are trying to bring Diddy down. I'm supposed to ignore the fact that this young lady whose face is blurred out was a teenager when Diddy allegedly did what he did, what she's accusing him of. She looks like me too. I'm supposed to ignore the fact that Shine, if what it says in Rodney Jones's lawsuit is true, that Diddy admitted to him that he was the shooter in 1999 in that club incident, I'm supposed to then ignore the fact that Shine went to prison for 10 years. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to need somebody to make that make sense. That's what I'm supposed to do. Because see, what you're not going to do, just because you want to sit up here and bootlick Diddy, just because you want to sit up here and you want to condone the effery just because the person looks like you, what you're not going to do is try to act like the queen of receipts is paint narratives. What you're not going to be able to do ever is act like I'm just going in on Diddy because he's a black man. I'm just helping to bring a black man down. No, I'm for whoever's right and whoever's wrong. Okay, and if you just happen to look like me and you're wrong, well, then so be it. That's how it goes. Okay? That's how it goes. Leon Gardner said, Queen, you standing for right. Thank you, beloved. Absolutely. So these people who are trying to make people like me feel bad, trying to guilt us into things, they can sit down somewhere. And also, someone said the other day, and I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow because I have receipts on it, but somebody said the other day that those of us that are going against Diddy, that we're basically aiding the federal government. I'm sorry, didn't Diddy's own ex-bodyguard named Gene Deal, didn't he also say that Diddy was a CI, confidential informant? So how are you going to say we're agreeing with the government when it's been alleged that Diddy works for the government? Make that make sense. Okay, make that make sense. And who was Diddy in business with? Was he in business with people who look like him or people who don't? He was in business with people who don't look like him. And then he ticked them off, and now they're coming after him. That's not my fault, but it also doesn't negate the fact of what the victims are alleging. It doesn't mean that what they're saying is not true. Okay, Queen going to sleep just fine tonight. Yes, she is. Queen's going to sleep just fine tonight. Yes, she is. Thank you, beloved. I absolutely am. Because I'm always going to do what's right. And sometimes when you're doing what's right, you don't get to involve your feelings. Now, I know I said I don't like Diddy. I don't. Not going to lie about it. And the reason I don't like Diddy is because I knew Tupac in real life. And at the end of the day, I absolutely believe that he had something to do with it. And I want you all to look at these victims again and the people that accuse Diddy and the people that are saying things to corroborate what the victims have said. One of the pictures in there is Tupac, because Tupac also accused Diddy. Tupac said that he felt like Diddy had something to do with what happened to him at the Quad Studio shooting. Okay, I already showed you all those receipts. But now look at these victims again. Look at these victims again. You got Cassie. Cassie's part African-American. You got Rodney Jones. You got Natanya Rubin. You got Tiffany Red. You got Gene Deal, who worked with Diddy, and he's saying things against Diddy. You got Tanika Ray, who I just spoke about last night, Diddy's ex-background dancer, who said things about Diddy. She said she had a horrific experience, but she wasn't going to get into all of it, but she knew to stay away from him. You have Mace, who worked with Diddy and was friends with Diddy, and said that Diddy has mistreated him as far as his finances were concerned and his publishing. You have Tupac, who accused Diddy of being involved in the Quad Studio shooting. Like I said, you have Willie from Day 26, who said Willie robbed them. Diddy robbed them. I just showed you the video days ago. You have Jaguar Wright, who's constantly been going in on Diddy. She was in the music industry, and she knew all of the things that were going on and a lot of the things that happened. Okay? She had knowledge of those things. Then you have Don Woods and Don Richards and D Woods from Danity Kane. They look like us. Okay, they have made allegations against Diddy as far as him taking money, and they've also sided with Cassie. Why do you think they sided with Cassie? Then you have Albie Shore, okay, who said certain things. And then you have the group 112. Didn't Diddy take their money and their publishing or whatever? Didn't he do some things shady to them? Then you have the Locks. I played you all the audio months ago when the Locks was arguing with Diddy on a radio show, saying Diddy took their money and all the shady stuff Diddy did to them. So I'm just saying, Diddy has a lot of victims. So am I supposed to, are we supposed to as a community, are we supposed to ignore all of that just because the people who Diddy ticked off are bringing him down? See, here's the thing. In my opinion, this is Diddy's fault. It's Diddy's fault for working with those people in the first place. It's Diddy's fault for using those people to protect him, using them for protection in the first place. If he hadn't been doing anything he shouldn't have been doing, he wouldn't have needed their protection. And then he wouldn't have had to worry about ticking them off, and now they're going against him. He's his own worst enemy as far as I'm concerned. I don't owe Diddy anything, okay? I don't owe him any loyalty just because he's a person who looks like me. I don't owe him anything. And as far as I'm concerned, just because Diddy is my complexion doesn't mean that Diddy is my people. Let me say that again. Just because Diddy is my skin tone doesn't mean that Diddy is my people. Okay? Doesn't mean that. As far as I'm concerned. Leon Gardner says chickens coming home to roost. Absolutely. Now let's get into some of these receipts. Hold on. Let me pull up one more thing real quick because there was something else that I found out today. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Well, the 1999 shooting where Diddy and Jennifer Lopez were arrested has new attention. I want you all to pay attention to that because I showed you all the other day where the victim, Natanya Rubin, let's not forget that this woman said Diddy has been harassing her for years after that because she said she was the one that was able to successfully sue him before Cassie. She was the only one to have done that. And so she said she wanted the case reopened. I told you all that I didn't think that would ever happen because Shine has already served time for that. But she did say that she wanted the case reopened. And if it is reopened, like I told you all, then J-Lo, you know, it will come to surface that she may have perjured herself. Because if what Diddy said to Lil Rodney Jones is true in the lawsuit filings, if he was the one who carried out the shooting, and if it's true what Natanya Rubin says, and I believe her, that Diddy was the one who pulled the trigger, then that would likely mean that J-Lo brought that gun into the club in her purse for him, just like little Rodney Jones alleges in his lawsuit. I also told you that Cassie said the same thing. Cassie said herself that she was intimidated by Diddy into bringing his guns, 2 of them, in her purse, carrying 2 of his guns in her purse. So everybody's not lying. Okay? I'm not saying some of these people aren't lying, but everybody is not lying about everything. And that's just a fact. James Allen said all Diddy's cases need to be reopened. Absolutely. I agree. But hold on. So now I'm going to go to some old footage that I did. Okay? Let me just pull this up. I'm going to go to some old footage that I did. And first of all, I'm going to show you all this. Now, for those of you who are my day ones, please put ones in the chats if you remember me going in about Elvis Presley and how they never besmudged Elvis's name for the allegations about him messing with underage girls. I didn't just talk about him marrying Priscilla Presley when she was meeting and dating her when she was 14. I didn't just talk about that. That was just one of the things. Okay, you see the ones in the chats? Because you all know that that's what I did. So don't act like I'm just going in on Diddy. Please don't. Okay? Because I go in on anybody who's doing such things or alleged or accused of doing such things. Thank you all for putting the ones in the chat. Now, I didn't just talk about Priscilla Presley. When I exposed Elvis, I went deep. And here's what I showed you all, if you remember. I went to pull up the video of Elvis, but I have so many videos saved in my Google Drive and external drives and all that. I didn't really have time didn't feel like looking for it. I could have looked for it. I don't want to waste time. But here's the thing, because I knew you all would remember regardless. But here's the thing. Y'all remember me showing you this picture? Look at that. Those are all underage girls. Look at Elvis kissing one of them, letting her kiss him all close to his mouth and all that stuff. Okay? I talked about all of this. So let's not act like the Queens paint narratives ever. That's what you'll never be able to do. Another thing is, I even told you guys that it was alleged that there was rumors that Elvis got a 15-year-old girl pregnant and then got her to get an abortion. I told you all of that. I told you about Jerry Lee Lewis marrying his 13-year-old cousin at the age of 23. He was 23, she was 13. Y'all remember me talking to you about that? Put ones in the chat again, please. Okay, put ones in the chat again, please. If you remember me talking about Jerry Lee Lewis marrying his 13-year-old cousin when he was 23 years old. Sick enough that she was his second cousin. Okay, but also, thank you. I see ones in chat. Mr. Inspiration said, you sure did. Thank you. Okay, so when people coming out here trying to act like somebody's painting narratives or somebody's just going against Diddy and you shouldn't be doing that because he's black. I'm one of the most pro-black people on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. That's why my channel is shadow banned. Nobody out here has discussed the things that I've discussed. Okay, I mean, some of the things, yes, but there's been many of things that I've talked about that people haven't talked about. And that's all I'm saying. Because if they had, their channels would have been shadow banned like mine, and they're not. Okay, so let's not try to paint those narratives. But of course, DC said Hugh Hefner. Yes, I exposed Hugh Hefner. Thank you for remembering. I talked about the young girls, the younger women he was messing with, and all the things they were said about R. Kelly was no different than Hugh Hefner. As far as I was concerned, I told you all that. I also said that I feel like R. Kelly may have needed mental health counseling rather than just simple prison time, because R. Kelly was abused as himself as a child. He was assaulted as a child by his own sister at the age of 6. You don't think that played into him being the person that he is today or doing the things that he did? Absolutely. But they're not going to give him mental health counseling. They're not going to do that. They're not going to have sympathy and empathy for him because he's a person who looks like me. So I told you all of this. So when somebody comes out and starts running their mouth and don't know what they're talking about, and I really do feel like this person was specifically talking about me, and here's why. Because one of the things they said was, because you don't like him. Because I'm the one that said I don't like Diddy. So are you talking to me? If you are, say my name. Because one thing about it is I'm going to say your name. I don't care who you are. If I have something to say, I'm going to say the person's name. And I always say hit dogs holler. Well, I'm a hit dog and I'm hollering because I've been going in on Diddy. I'm a hit dog and I'm hollering because I said I don't like Diddy. Okay, I can own up to it and be accountable. Yeah, I said it and I stand on it at the end of the day. Can you? Because the same person who said that is the same person who also said that if Cat Williams had come on their show trying to say certain things about the people that he said on Club Shay Shay, that they would have reeled him back in. But he could have said whatever he wanted to say about Steve Harvey because they don't like Steve Harvey. So let me get this straight. It's okay for people to talk about Steve Harvey on your show because you don't like him. But it's not okay for the rest of us who don't like Diddy to talk about Diddy because we don't like him. I'm sorry. Please make it all make sense. Okay? Please make it all make sense is all I'm saying. Inspiration. My inspiration says you speak truth. Thank you, beloved. Okay? Thank you. And a lot of people are saying that, you know, or I'm not going to say a lot. I'm going to say some people are saying that they need to see the proof with Diddy. They need to see the proof. Well, I could say the same thing about them because did they say they needed to see the proof with Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein? No, they didn't. See, they're saying that about Diddy because Diddy's black. At the end of the day, I want to see the proof against Diddy too. I've already seen some of the proof as far as I'm concerned, just like I saw some of the proof about Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. I've seen some of the proof about Diddy in those lawsuits. Some of that stuff is proof to me. I'm sorry. And when numerous of people who don't know each other and who have no reason to be lying are saying the same thing to me, that's proof. Now, when they have the court case, if it goes to court ever, that'll be where the real proof is shown. That'll be when the 100% proof is shown. But let me say this to you all. You know, when I was going back looking at my video that I did about R. Kelly, and I was talking about how some of the parents assisted him and all that stuff as far as I'm concerned, and they were equally to blame. One of the things that I realized that I had forgotten, because I told you all that I think they're trying to R. Kelly Diddy, and I still do. But one of the things I realized was that they're doing exactly the same thing to Diddy that they did to R. Kelly. When they came at R. Kelly, it was Homeland Security too. Not just the regular feds, it was Homeland Security. Okay, and I can play the clip from that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, when the Homeland Security agents come in, well, like I told you all before, I think they come in there to clean up some of the stuff because they will show the information that goes against Diddy. But like I told you numerous of times, what they won't show is anything incriminating as it pertains to people like Lucian Grange and other people. All right. It's the same thing they did with Epstein. That stuff never came to fruition. We never saw it. We never heard about it. The same thing with R. Kelly. Some of the stuff with R. Kelly, when they went in there, they didn't show all that information. They showed what they wanted to show to be damaging to R. Kelly. Now, if you're a person who looks like me and you are foolish enough to work with these people and think that you're one of them and just do whatever you want to do because they've allowed you to do so and you learn from them and start mimicking what they do. And then when they get tired of you and no longer need you, then they want to break you and take you down by using the things that they've allowed you to do against you. See, that's not my fault. And I'm not going to give you a pass because of that. Because at the end of the day, you're the problem. You're the problem because you sat here and mimicked the oppressor's behavior. And when you mimicked their behavior, you did that to your own people who look like you. So now I'm not going to defend you. I'm not going to defend you. And I'm not going to have empathy and sympathy for you because to me, you're just a ninja who happened to get your wake-up call. That's what Diddy's getting. He went against Diageo when he sued them for racism. But at the end of the day, he was working in cahoots with him at one point. I'm not going to forget that. Okay, I'm not going to forget that Jonathan Oddie said in 2018 that Diddy had a Ciroc agenda, that Diddy had a hip hop agenda where he wanted to transport and traffic drugs through the music industry. I'm not going to forget that. Okay, because that goes along with what a lot of these people are saying in the lawsuit filings. So everybody's lying. Now, this all has to be proven in court, of course. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to forget that he said that. I'm taking notice. I'm not going to forget that he said that Diddy wants people to do illegal substances and to binge drink alcohol. You see, Diddy promoting alcohol for people who don't look like him is no different than them putting liquor stores on every corner in our neighborhood. In our neighborhood, because Diddy didn't open up any grocery stores in our neighborhoods. What has Diddy really done for us collectively? What has Diddy really done for us collectively? Can anybody tell me what has Diddy collectively done positive for people who look like us? I got nothing. Everything that Diddy did benefited him and those people that are now trying to bring him down. So I'm supposed to feel sorry for him for that? No, you got your wake-up call. Just like Candace Owens got hers. Just like other people who do these things get theirs. All right? And so with that all being said, hold on, let me get to these receipts. Deronda said, and that man didn't look like us exposing what Diddy was doing, but they ain't going in on him. Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. Very good point, beloved. Okay, that's a very good point. And also, like I said, they could say it's a money grab and all that they want to, but at the end of the day, Gene Deal is not going after a money grab. He's just saying the things that he saw and witnessed while he was there with Diddy. Mark Curry is saying the things that he saw and witnessed while he was there with Diddy. Roger Bonds was saying the things that he saw and witnessed when he was there with Diddy. Tiffany Red is saying the things that she saw and witnessed when she was there with Diddy. Tanika Ray is saying the things that she saw and witnessed when she was there with Diddy. Willie from Day 26 is saying the things that he saw and witnessed when he was there with Diddy. At the end of the day, Mace is saying the same thing. So I'm just saying. All right? With that all being said, this is all crazy. Queen Shay said they all backstabbers. Yo-Yo Wana said Candace Owens is a sellout. I agree. I agree too. And I think Diddy is too. Please pay attention. Kimberly France says, off topic, Queen, can I have those earrings? No, beloved. No, I bought these earrings so long ago. Okay, so with that all being said, let me go to this footage. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Oh, and real quick before I go to it, let me just say this. Let me just say this, because y'all know I be keeping receipts. This is the same thing that I showed you all when I went in on Jerry Lee Lewis. Let me just pull this up on the screen real quick. Y'all see that? When Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin. Okay? I still have these receipts in my archives at the end of the day. But now I'm going to go to some old footage to further prove my point. I'm cueing the video. Hold on just a moment, beloveds. Hold on, let me find. Okay. Now, the video, hold on. Piggy's Pick said, we spent an entire video on Woody Allen. Remember, Queen? Thank you, beloved. Thank you. I forgot about that. Yes, I brought out the information on Woody Allen. The stuff that he was doing with his own adopted daughter when she was underage. Those allegations. Mia Farrow, what she said about him. Thank you, beloved. I'm glad you remember. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When people try to paint these narratives, let's not act like somebody's just going against and helping the federal government, because I never condoned what they did to Bill Cosby. I still don't. Okay, I had his publicist, Andrew Wyatt, on the show to talk about that. Let's not forget. Okay, I never went in on Michael Jackson. I never believed it. I always defended Michael Jackson. That's why I don't like Oprah to this day. I did a whole thing on Oprah and her lies, and the people she allowed to come on her platform and lie about Michael Jackson. And I told you all how she fooled Michael Jackson when she pretended to be his friend. I also talked about Gayle King going in on R. Kelly. She didn't do the same thing with Les Moonves. Didn't I tell you all that? Les Moonves worked at CBS with Gayle King. And he was accused of some of the same things R. Kelly was accused of, as assaulting people. Gayle King didn't go in on him. She didn't have nothing to say about it. Oprah didn't have nothing to say about Weinstein. Didn't I say that? Okay, let's not try to act like I'm just picking on Diddy. Because I'm going to call you out, no matter who you are, no matter what race, ethnic group you belong to, when you're doing dirt. I just talked about Nickelodeon. Hold on, wait a minute here. Yeah, I just talked and did a whole expose on Nickelodeon last week. I also did an expose on Disney back in 2020, which I'm going to do another one on them coming up because you all requested it. But you all know I brought out all the stuff on Disney. So, honey, can't nobody say that the queen is just going in on Diddy because I'm helping cheering on the feds or cheering on the demise of a black man. I don't like Diddy. This is true. But at the end of the day, the stuff I'm giving you about Diddy, the information, well, this is what the victims have all said. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not going to discredit or discount what they say. All right. And I also told you all how Michael Jackson was found innocent. He was acquitted, but they still tried to paint him as if he was, guilty. The FBI and Homeland watched MJ for 10 years and they didn't find anything criminal about the man. Exactly. They did. They had Michael Jackson under surveillance watching him for 10 years. You're absolutely right. They had hundreds of pages of documents on Michael Jackson. And in the end, they couldn't prove a thing. Now, if these people can't prove a thing on Diddy, well, that's another thing. We'll have to wait and see. But at the end of the day, right now, I'm going to give his accusers the benefit of the doubt before I give it to him. Because just like somebody who was caping for Diddy said, they even said themselves, which I thought was contradictory. This person was caping for Diddy. And I'm not talking about the video that was done today. I'm talking about somebody a few days ago, which I'll talk about it tomorrow because I have the receipts. But this person was specifically caping for Diddy. They kept saying they weren't, but they really were. And then they even said out of their mouth, we've all heard the rumors about Diddy for years. We've known what Diddy was doing for years. Well, if you've known it, why now is it a problem? Because he's being called out on it. It don't make sense to me. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so I'm going to start this at the 13-minute mark, this video about Weinstein, because I really want to show you all how I was going in on Weinstein, okay, back when nobody was, because everybody was talking about R. Kelly. And it kind of ticked me off because even though I felt like R. Kelly did some of the things he was accused of, it made me annoyed that they were going in on him just so we could stop talking about Harvey Weinstein. Okay, let's not forget that I also just talked about Lucian Grange the other day, and I told you all that Lucian Grange, he's the real problem, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, he's the real problem. Now they want us to just ignore him, and I told you all the allegations about him, what they said he did to Justin Bieber. Okay, not just Diddy, but Lucian Grange too. But I told you they're not going to bring him down. But anyway, let me just get to the footage. Like, sub, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go through the names first because that's the longest part. Okay. We have, these are all his victims in the past 30 years because he's been doing this for like over 3 decades. Well, these aren't all of them, but these are only the ones that came forward because some of them were afraid, and then a few of them came forward, but they wanted to do so anonymously because he's threatened to kill people. He's made all. Hold on. Somebody in the chat said, don't forget Brooke Shields. Thank you, Jamal, because I talked about Brooke Shields and how they had her playing in those movies and doing nude scenes when she was a minor. What is that? I exposed all of that. I also talked about Natasha Skinsky. And just recently, a week or two ago, I talked about Shirley Temple. Okay? So, like, I'm just saying how the people can miss the queen with it, baby. That's what they can do. But let's continue. all kinds of threats, and he's very powerful because I don't know if you all know it, but he owns Miramax. You know, Miramax makes a lot of movies, so he's really rich, and he has like 81 Oscars to his credit. Okay, Rose McGowan, Dominique Hewitt, Dawn Dunnings, Lucette Geis, Gwyneth Paltrow, Lauren Sivon, Sarah Ann Massey, Melissa Thompson, Louise Godheld, Paula Wacavia, Amber Batalina Gutierrez, Lupita Nyong'o, Carla Delvine, Angelina Jolie, Amber Anderson, Jessica Barth, Lynset Anthony, Liz Corey, Asia Argento. Let me stop because somebody just said, Queen, is that blunt smoke? Of course not. Of course not, beloved. That is my sage that I was burning. Y'all know I wouldn't be sitting up there smoking a blunt on a live. I don't even smoke blunts anyway, but I digress. That was my sage burner, beloved. Rosanna Arquette, Kate Beckinsale, Jules Bendy, Zoe Brock, Cynthia Burr, Liza Campbell, Marissa Coughlin. Hold on, let me stop again because somebody in the chat just said that I also went in on Nicole Kidman's father, Dr. Anthony David Kidman. Yes, thank you, beloved. I absolutely did. I did a whole expose on him. I did a TikTok video on him that got over 100,000 views. So let's not act like, honey, that the queen doesn't go in on people that don't look like her, because I absolutely do. I'm one of the few people that goes in on them more so than some of these people on here. All they're going to do is talk about their own people because they don't want to get shadow banned or they don't want to lose their monetization or any of those things. Honey, I've risked it all and talked about certain things. Okay, that's why I've had all this trouble with them unsubscribing people and just different things like that at the end of the day. But the bottom line is, don't sit up here and act like I'm just going in on Diddy, okay? Just because I don't like him. Because even if I did like Diddy, the bottom line is I'm going to tell the truth wherever it is. Just because I like you is not going to make me go along with your nefariousness. But see, that's what some people will do. Some people will call out people they don't like, but they won't call out the people that they do like. I'll call you out regardless. I always liked Young Pharaoh, but when Young Pharaoh started acting crazy, I went in on him too. Okay? Because anybody can get it, is all I'm saying. If you are a detriment to my community of people collectively, well, I will call you out. I don't care who you are and what your race or ethnic group is. And if you just so happen to be of my same race, oh, that's not a problem for me. I'm going to call you out regardless. But let's continue. Hope Zener. Hope Zener de Amore. That's her name. Hope Zener de Amore. We have Florence Darrell, Emma De Coens, Juliana De Paula, Sophie Dix, Lancy Dorn, Lisa Esco, Alice Evans, Lucia Evans, Angie Everhart, Claire Forlani, Ramala Garay, Judith Godrici, Trish Goff, Heather Graham, Eva Green, Larissa Gomes, Mimi Haley, Daryl Hannah, Salma Hayek, Lena Headley, Natasha Hernstridge, Lauren Holly, Paz de la Floreta. Some of these people are foreign, like some of them are like French and Italian. So he was getting around. Ashley Judd, Catherine Kendall, Minka Kelly, Heather Kerr, Maya Kirshner, Mylan Klass, Ivana Lowell, Laura Madden, Natasia Malthe, Britt Marling, Sarah Ann Moss, Ashley Mathau, Katia Mitztoritz, Emily Nestor, Connie Nielsen, Radian Nobe, Samantha Ponegras, Zelda Perkins, Vu Thu Fuong, guess she's Asian,
Tony Ann Roberts, Lisa Rose, Erica Rosebaum, Melissa Sage Miller, Annabella Sciorra, Leah Sado, Chelsea Skidmore, Mira Salvino, Tyra Subkoff, Paula Wakawiak, Paula Williams, Sean Young, Caitlin Dulang, and 7 more who remain anonymous. Hey, Alice Queen, how you doing? So that's the names that I have so far. It is 87 people altogether. These are just the ones that came forward. Like I said, there was another young lady who came forward years ago, maybe like back in 2015. But she actually had gotten an attorney and everything. But Harvey and his attorney threatened her, and they said they would drag her through the mud and all this stuff. So she just accepted a settlement. So her name's not on here. Hey.
Okay, so let me say something. Roddy just said, do y'all remember the college cheating scandals? Bunch of rich Euro men and women cheating to get their so-called fake children by the new overlords. Yes, I talked about that too, beloved. I'm glad you brought that up because that's another thing that I exposed. Felicity Huffman was one of those people, and she only got like 11 days in jail for that BS, paying $250,000 to get your child into a college that she's not in, that she's really not capable or qualified to be into. And that's the little minuscule punishment that she got. I talked about that, and I also talked about how, had that been somebody who didn't look like Felicity Huffman and the other people that were involved in that, well, they would have gotten a whole lot worse, okay? They would have gotten a whole lot worse. And then they tried to bring Dr. Dre into it by saying that Dr. Dre donated money to UCLA or whatever college his daughter went to, and they said the fact that he donated money was a way to get his daughter in. Okay, well, the bottom line is Dr. Dre's daughter had the qualifications to get in, so there's a difference at the end of the day. Paying money to a college, donating to a college, that's nothing. But when you're specifically giving money as a bribe to get your kids in, that's a whole nother thing. So I talked about all of that. So like I said again, they can miss me with it. But let's continue.
Okay, so now that we've gone through the list of 87 names of victims and accusers, alleged victims, so let's talk about some of the stuff he did. Okay, so basically what Harvey would do is he would have Jewish mafia. We'll get to that in a minute. Not the mafia, but some stuff going on. Okay, so what he would do is people who were trying to get out there as being actresses or models, or in the industry or whatever, they may have been like in a few low budget movies and trying to come up or whatever. Well, he would invite them. Once he would meet them, he would invite them to his hotel room. Now, I know you're probably saying if they go into the hotel room, they ought to know what's up, right? But no, because they would like have some type of meeting with all the actors and actresses sometimes, at these places. And a lot of the people, the big people like producers, directors, and stuff like that, they would actually get hotel rooms to conduct business out of. Like they would actually get a suite. Okay, so they would come and get a suite, right? And then they would turn that into an office. So just imagine if they're inviting people there, of course, they're thinking it's business related because he would tell them he wants to talk to them about a contract or putting them in a movie or things of that nature. So he would basically, that's how he would get them to the room, right? So a lot of the women said that once he got them to the room under the pretext of giving them a movie deal or, giving them a script and things like that, once they got in the room, he would tell them he'd be back. He would leave and go to the restroom and come out with a robe on with nothing on underneath. Then he would beg them for sex, allegedly. And if they refused, he would get mad and curse them out and threaten to ruin their career, tell them other women have done it, and that's how they got where they are. And he would tell them who some of these women were.
Let me stop right there, because isn't that exactly what Lil Rodney, aka Rodney Jones, aka Lil Rodney, said about Diddy? Please pay attention to that part. They said that Harvey Weinstein would invite them to their rooms or to his room and then act like he's going to give them a part and then tell them what he needs them to do for them to get it. And if they refuse, he would basically tell them other people have done it. And that's how they got to where they are. That's the same thing Rodney accused Diddy of doing. He said Diddy told him, if you want to, win the Grammys and get the houses and all of that, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said you have to be involved in this part of the music industry, tasting the rainbow. so to speak. And you all know what I'm talking about when I use that term. But Rodney also said that Diddy threatened to ruin his career if he didn't do it. So did Harvey Weinstein teach Diddy these things? Because Harvey Weinstein and Diddy were absolutely friends. They were absolutely friends. You saw the picture of them together in the thumbnail. But let's continue.
You know, to try to pressure them into doing it or whatever. And if they still refuse, he said, well, you're not going to make it in this business because this is how it goes down. This is what everybody does. And a few of the women said he actually grabbed them and like would stand there and masturbate and make them watch. Okay.
Okay, now I want you to pay attention to this part because Rodney Jones said something similar to this too as it continues. Hold on.
One lady, she said he was holding her by her arm real tight and she like snatched away and was able to run to the door and get out. Another lady, let's see who it was. There's another lady that said that he actually held her down and had forced oral sex. And then another lady said he groped her breast, forced her down on the bed, groped her.
Okay, so now these are some of the same allegations, but hold on. Let me fast forward a little bit.
Oh, and then she said that, hold on, let me make sure I'm getting it right. Okay, no. Here's a list of the sexual advances. Okay, so he would get in the shower when the women would come there. Like one lady came there and she said that he told her to sit at the table, right? So when she was gonna sit at the table, he made sure that the table was facing so that she would be able to watch him take a shower. He told her she had two choices. Okay, either give it up or watch him take a shower. I think he was into voyeurism because he liked people watching him do freaky stuff like masturbate.
Okay, so now I'm gonna stop the share. So right there, that's the same thing Rodney Jones said about Diddy. I want you to pay attention. The lady said Harvey told her she could either do what he wanted her to do or watch him take a shower. Didn't Rodney Jones say Diddy made him watch him take showers, that he would make him come into the bathroom with him and work? Like he's sitting in the bathroom working on his computer and stuff while Diddy's in the shower. Hold on. Let me just pull up something else. Hold on. Let me just pull something up real quick, beloveds. I'm going to go to the lawsuit to prove my point because y'all know I always come with receipts. And the reason I always come with receipts is for situations like this. It's for situations like this, when people try to paint narratives and act like those of us going in on Diddy or whatever. You know, I'm going to always have my receipts because I go by proof and facts, not just my opinion. I'll state my opinion, but I also bring proof and facts. Okay, so let's go to page 18 of the court filings. Let me go to page 18. Lights up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so here we go. Page 18, if you look at point 79. Hold on, let me share my screen so you all can see this. Okay, so now let's talk about this real quick. Okay, so on page 18 of the document, and I'm looking at the amended document from March 25th. Okay, it says, despite, hold on, let me just enlarge this if I can. Hold on. Now tell me this doesn't sound like what I just said in my other video about Harvey Weinstein. And that other video, so you all know, was years ago. That video was from like over 5 years ago, I believe. Okay, so now here's what it says. Despite these assurances, hold on. Let me start. Let me see where I want to start at. Okay, let's start at 76. As a heterosexual Christian man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expressed his discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, defendant Christina Coram. Christina Coram responded to Mr. Jones's complaint with, you know, Sean will be Sean. Now, she also attempted to downplay Mr. Combs' groping of Mr. Jones's private parts, basically, as friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Mr. Combs' way of showing that he likes Mr. Jones. Despite these assurances, on several occasions, when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around the house naked, Coram would say, "Okay, I'm leaving now," and she would disappear. So the hypocrisy is breathtaking at best or enabling at its worst. This is what was said. Okay, this is what was said. He also talked about through these sexually deviant acts, okay, that he would do. Mr. Combs had a pattern. Hold on. He said Mr. Combs had a pattern. Hold on, let me go back to it. I scrolled down too far. Hold on. Okay, it says, through these sexually deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated. Okay, so let me just say this about that. I didn't mean to click that off. I didn't mean to click that off the screen if I did. But let me just say this about that. At the end of the day, the bottom line is, Mr. Jay Meadows said he definitely killed Biggie. Well, I don't know if he definitely did, but I know those are accusations. Okay. And I absolutely believe what a lot of people said about him having something to do with it. Now, here's the thing, though. I want you all to pay attention because, okay, the person, some of the women accused Harvey of disrobing, walking around naked in front of them, making them watch him take showers. Riley Jones said the same thing about Diddy, walking around naked. The chef that I talked about last night, I've talked about her before, but Cindy Rueda. She's supposedly one of the people that has recently spoken to the feds, the agents. Now, at the end of the day, she said that Diddy had people at the parties walking around naked and doing things or whatever with no clothes on while she was supposed to serve them food. So these are some of the same things that Harvey Weinstein was accused of. That's why I said that Diddy take a play out of his handbook. Okay, and here's the thing: Diddy did the same things as these people did because he was hanging out with these people 9 times out of 10. Okay, he probably learned it from them. They taught him the game. They showed him that. I believe they showed him that this is what people with power and privilege can do, and we can get away with it. And I think that's why he did many of the things he did until they took his power away from him. So I'm supposed to feel sorry for him because of that? No, I'm not. Please miss me with it. Okay, that's my point. Now, with that all being said, let's go to Kevin Spacey. Let's go to Kevin Spacey. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Let me see if I have that. Hold on, beloveds. I'm trying to see if I have this downloaded. Okay, I don't have it downloaded, and I don't want to waste time on that right now. But with that all being said, hold on. Okay, now let's go to something else real quick. Hold on, let me go to this other video. Okay, yes, I do. Hold on. I think I do have it. Hold on, beloveds. Hold on just a second. Okay, so now with that all being said, let's talk about it because the whole thing with Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. Let's talk about that too. Now I'm getting the Kevin Spacey video, getting that set up. Okay, there we go. Hold on, here I come, beloveds. It's taking me again to get it queued. Hold on. Make sure you get the likes up, please, beloveds. Very important that you get the likes up. Okay, I think this is the one I'm looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to go to a portion of the video that I did about R. Kelly. Hold on. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm cueing it to the right part because I don't. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to share this on the screen. Queen, I need the info on Tom Hanks and Isaac Cappy's story. I have a video on that too, beloved. I'll have to find that in my archives because I think it's saved on my Google Drive. But yeah, I'll have to find that video. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
He said, because when I was there at Neverland, I had the best time. Michael was so nice to me. I had a great time with him. I really looked up to him. And he said Michael was nothing but nice. And they asked, he said he even slept in Michael's bed. And he said he slept in the room with him or whatever. And he didn't say the bed, but he said he slept in his room. But he said they were like the best of friends. And Michael was really nice or whatever.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward because that's where I was talking about Michael Jackson and how Oprah let people come on there and lie about him. Hold on.
First of all, he said they're doing all these interviews. You don't think they're getting paid for these interviews? He said they have to be. He said because he's already, Aaron, that is, said he has already been offered 6 figures to say that Michael Jackson had touched him. He said, I've already been ordered. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. He didn't say to say that Michael Jackson touched him. He said he's already been offered 6 figures to do an interview. And he said he turned them down and told them to go screw themselves. But he didn't say screw. He said the F word. And he also said that he wanted to beat Wade's butt. He said if he saw him and if he didn't have so much to lose, he wanted to punch him in the face.
Okay, now this is where I was defending Michael Jackson, and I was talking about how Oprah was so low down and dirty for what she did, and I was also talking about Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter defended Michael Jackson. Aaron Carter said that Wade Robeson and the other guy were lying on him. Safe Chuck, the other dude, said that they were lying. He said that if he saw him, he wanted to punch him in his face. Okay, please pay attention. They were lying on Michael Jackson. We already know that if we have sense. They were lying on Bill Cosby. We already know that if we have sense. Now, but let me continue. I'm going to go to the last part that I'm going to play on here because I don't want to waste all my time on this. I'm proving points, though. Please pay attention.
Talking and telling stuff about the situation. Now he's all of a sudden dead. And also Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman was a child star.
Hold on.
Because if they were asking somebody back in the 90s to lie on him, it was like they just wanted to get him from the get-go. So this happened back in the 80s. There was a model who said they offered her $5,000 to lie on Bill Cosby, to like meet up with him or whatever, and to see if she could get some of his sperm. So she was like, is Mr. Cosby going to know about this? And they were like, no, you don't need to tell him. He don't need to know anything about this. She was like, I'm not doing it. Okay, so then she said the next day they called her again, and this time they offered her $10,000. And this was a black model. And she said no. Notice the black people keep saying no. Ron was black. The model was black. Okay?
Okay, so with that all being said, Hotel Sahadi said that devil Charlie Sheen too. Yes, I talked about Charlie Sheen. Thank you. And the fact that they didn't really do anything about Charlie Sheen exposing people to HIV. Another thing that I said was they took down the Cosby Show. They stopped airing the Cosby Show, but the guy from Seventh Heaven, let's talk about him because I went in on him too. What's the guy's name from Seventh Heaven? Hold on. Let me look him up because I did a whole story about him. because he was accused of some very nefarious things too. And they didn't take down Seventh Heaven. They didn't take down that show that what's his name, Charlie Sheen was on. Stephen Collins, okay, from 1996 to 2007 has admitted, from the show Seventh Heaven from 1996 to 2007, has admitted to having inappropriate sexual contact with at least 3 underage girls. Okay, he confessed to this. You don't see them dogging him like they did Diddy or R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or Michael Jackson. I talked about all of that. Of course, Diddy wasn't accused at the time, but I talked about all of that. And they didn't take off that show, Seventh Heaven. They didn't take that show down. And that show with Charlie Sheen, 2.5 Men, they didn't take that down either. I've already said all of this. So let's not sit here and try to paint the narrative, okay? And here's the thing you should ask yourself. I did not go in on Bill Cosby. I did not go in on Michael Jackson, okay? I didn't even really go in on R. Kelly. Now, I said that R. Kelly did some stuff that was definitely wrong, but I also said that I think it had something to do with what happened to him as a child. With that all being said, let's not sit here and act like I'm just going in on Diddy because Diddy's black, okay? Or because the white folk are trying to bring Diddy down, or the federal government, whoever they want to say, is trying to bring Diddy down, or because the media is saying this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, the bottom line is Mr. Rogers says Bruce, okay? At the end of the day, it's equal opportunity. Equal opportunity. Whoever you are, no matter your race, creed, or any of that stuff, if you need to be called out, I'm going to be the one to do it, okay? I'm going to be the one to do it at the end of the day. All right, so that commits me with it. T. Cope said Charlie Chaplin. Exactly. Tyus King said, sis, you know what's up. They've been beasts. When our people do it, they coming. I have said that, right? I have absolutely said that. So somebody said the Subway footlong guy from the commercial got busted. Yes, I talked about him too. So here's the thing. People need to stop sitting here acting like people just going in on Diddy, because some of us went in on other people. I specifically went in on all of these people that y'all putting in the chat. Okay, Reggie said when you're to the detriment to when you're a detriment to the community. Thank you, absolutely. Okay, so with that all being said, who do you all think we should side with? We should side with Diddy, because what they're trying to do, these people that are caping for Diddy, what they're trying to do is make it look like those that aren't caping for Diddy are in the wrong. That we should be so ashamed of ourselves, that we're sitting up here going against the black man, or the government's trying to bring him down, and he's a black man, so you shouldn't go against him. That's what they're trying to act like. But at the end of the day, here's his victims. Let me show them again. And that's just some of them. Here's some of his victims. Here's some of his accusers. Here's some of the witnesses against him who saw him doing these things. Here are some of the people that said he wronged them. Here are some of the people right here. Okay? And I didn't even put up the list of the people that are now deceased. Okay? Except for Tupac. But there's other people that are now deceased who, before they died, accused Diddy of certain things. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So people can get mad and butthurt and been out of shape all they want. At the end of the day, if I feel like you're talking about me, I don't have to know if you're talking about me, because like I said, I am a hit dog. That's why I'm hollering. Because yes, everything that you said, everything that Willie D said about as far as people going in on Diddy, laughing about Diddy going down, I've been laughing. As far as him saying people who don't like Diddy, I said I don't like it. So if you were talking about me, you could have said my name. I don't care, because at the end of the day, even if I think you're talking about me, even if I think anybody is throwing subliminals, I'm going to address it. Okay? You're going to need to bring some receipts and facts and proof, because I'm always have something. That's all I'm saying, honey. All right? That's all I'm saying, honey. Don't go in on the queen, honey. You got to say something. Speak your truth and call some names. I don't speak in subliminals very often, okay? I don't speak in subliminals very often. When I'm talking about somebody specific, I'm going to call your name. Because what you going to do? Nothing but get mad. Or strike back and say something about me, and I don't really care. Because if you say something that I feel is a lie, I'm going to show the truth and the receipts. That's right. Terry Hartfield said wrong is wrong. Okay? That's right. And so don't sit up here, because like I said, I really felt like he was talking about me. Now, he could not have been. But even if he wasn't specifically talking about me, the stuff that he said pertained to me. Because I'm one of those people. When he says some of y'all are doing this and some of y'all are saying that and some of y'all are laughing at the man going down. Yeah, I'm one of those people. And yes, I am laughing. I'm going to keep laughing. I'm going to keep laughing. Because to me, this is justice for Tupac. If Diddy goes to prison, good. It's justice for Tupac as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, I knew Tupac in real life at the end of the day. So I'm going to always be against anybody that I feel had something to do with his demise. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Okay? Period. Queen Sam said, they big mad. Put your cape on and be Superman. Okay? I know that's right. And here's the thing. Some of these people might be friends with Diddy. Maybe that's why they're mad. Remember I told you all I did a TikTok video and Rich Dollar Signs came on my Twitter and left a comment. We know Rich Dollar Signs is a Diddy fanboy, and he got his comeuppance because of Diddy. 2005, when he made it on the scene, it was because of Diddy. I showed you all that because I did a TikTok about him when he left that little slick comment. See, it don't matter who you are. When you say something about me or you come for me, I'm going to strike back. That's just what I do. The end of the day, I'm going to strike back with facts and proof. I don't have to argue with you, curse you out, talk bad about you. All I'm going to do is show the evidence and the proof and the receipts. That's all I have to do. Because, see, the facts and the truth always going to speak for themselves. The facts and the proof and receipts will always speak for themselves. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not trying to go in on anybody. But at the same time, I'm not going to let anybody disrespect me and get away with it. And I'm not going to let anybody go in on me. And I'm not going to speak up for myself. That's what I'm not going to do. Some people will sit idly by and they won't say anything. They'll say, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm not going to ignore it. Because when you're saying something and I feel like it pertains to me, I'm going to address it. Because even if you're right, I'm going to let you know you're right. But if you're wrong, I'm going to prove that you're wrong with my receipts. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Lillian X said, justice for all Diddy's victims. Absolutely. Okay, Ted said, yes, Queen. Thank you, beloved. That made Queen mad about your son. It was on after that. Okay. They're okay with it because Diddy didn't do them dirty. Yeah, and some people are like that. Absolutely. Some people are like that. Because he didn't do it to them, it's not a problem. You know, but I find to be that it is a problem. Because just because he didn't do it to you, you should, if he did something wrong to your people, you should feel like he's wrong. Or if he's accused by your people, shall I say. Because we can't prove any of this as of yet. But if he has been accused by your people, why are we supposed to discount the accusers and go along with him? I'm sorry. Make it all make sense. Oh, John Ford, you know I don't fear anyone, beloved. Okay? I sure don't. I sure don't. Re-Educate Soul said, call it out no matter who it is. Absolutely. Terry says, I could be wrong, but I think he did it all. I think he did it all too. Okay, I think he did it all too. And 169 said they all can't be lying. And that's my point, beloved. Thank you. Okay? That's my point. I don't think they all could be lying. Now, with that all being said, I'm going to drop one more tidbit of evidence, or not evidence, but one more tidbit that I want to talk to you all about. And then I'm up out of here. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Okay, so they're talking about, this came out today, I think. No, actually yesterday. So they were saying with Sean Diddy Combs in the spotlight after the FBI raids on his home and the past allegations, including his involvement in the 1999 New York City club shooting, that has sparked renewed interest in the music mogul, including allegations that Combs shot someone in the face during that incident with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez nearby. Now, mind you, that woman could have lost her life when she was shot in the face, okay? When she was shot in the face. Now, in December of 1999, Combs, Lopez, his bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, and 21-year-old rapper Jamal Shine Barrow, they all came in the club. Well, we already know how that went, so I'm not going to read all of that. But they're saying Natanya Rubin, the victim who was shot in the face, has been interviewed on News Nation earlier this week and said she was willing to have a doctor remove the bullet still in her face from the shooting if needed to reopen the case against Diddy. Who better to tell you what happened than the person who got shot smack dab in between the eyes? We're supposed to ignore this? This is what we're supposed to ignore? I want you to pay attention because this is very serious. This woman is willing to have surgery to have the bullet removed. Now, that's significant because here's why. Obviously, they didn't remove the bullet in the first place because it may be in a dangerous place. It may be positioned dangerously. It may be a danger to remove it because usually when they don't remove bullet fragments, okay, from a person, it's because it can do some further damage and they don't want to risk it. But this woman is willing to risk it by saying that she basically wants to have it removed just to prove that Diddy was the shooter. Kimberly says, no, Queen, you can't stop. This is too hot for TV stuff for real. Thank you, beloved. Okay? Buckhorst DC said, everybody can get it. Ty's Kitchen said, and she's a well-spoken sister. Yes, she is. She absolutely is. Okay? B. Selena says she's literally carrying the evidence inside her. She ain't playing. Exactly. Okay, so I'm not going to forget any of this. Yes, these people are accusing him. But who are we to say, oh, let's just forget what they're saying and side with Diddy? Now, here's the thing. It goes on to further say, last month, Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr. filed a civil lawsuit against Diddy and actor Cuba Gooding Jr. for assault and harassment. In the lawsuit, Mr. Jones claimed that Combs had displayed his guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. In the lawsuit, it's alleged in the lawsuit that Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York City with the rapper Shine. Jones also alleged Lopez carried the firearm in the club for him and passed the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Now, when the lawsuit was initially filed in February, Combs' attorney, Sean Hawley, released a statement calling Jones a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly for an undeserved payday. While the trial against Combs and Shine was underway, Shine released his self-titled album. Okay, whatever. Okay, so here's the bottom line. This is what I also want you all to pay attention to. This is what I want you all to pay attention to. Hold on. Queen Sam said, and has been saying the same thing the whole time. Story hasn't changed. Exactly. This woman's been telling the same story. Reggie said, I know who needs regular TV. I know who needs regular TV when we have our queen bringing those receipts. Thank you, beloved. Okay. Now, with that all being said, here's the thing. Could it be Diddy is a bona fide Hollywood groomer for the true and real? Okay. Could be. All right. These are the allegations. All right. Now I believe it. But here's the thing, beloveds. I want you all to pay attention. When they charged Shine with that whole thing, how do we know that they didn't just take the heat off of Diddy? Not only because back then Diddy has been alleged to have been working with the feds. They said Gene Deal said he was a confidential informant. Now, is that why he got off? That could be part of the reason. I absolutely think it is. But here's another thing. J-Lo was involved. Remember, she got arrested too and let go. But if Diddy had gone down, J-Lo would have gone down because I'm sure it would have been proven that she was the one who brought that gun in for him. Okay? And now that we know that Cassie said that he had her carrying guns for him, then that insinuation or that accusation is more likely than not true, in my opinion. So with that all being said, I just want you all to pay attention and think about that. Think about if we are best, is it in our best interest to not speak against Diddy because the people trying to bring him down allegedly because the news media is painting narratives or whatever is according to some people who look like us, or because we need to give him a pass because he looks like us? Is that what we're supposed to do? But his victims also look like us. And pay attention to how when I went in on Harvey Weinstein, why do you think I read that long list of Harvey's victims? I read that long list of Harvey's victims because I was proving to people at that time that they're going in on R. Kelly only to try to get us to not focus on this. But I'm going to still focus on it. Let's talk about Harvey intimidating people. Let's talk about the journalist who said Harvey sent someone to his house with a gun to threaten him, and he had to move.
and start carrying protection. Let's talk about how Dr. Ziv, the psychologist who testified against Harvey on the stand, as it pertained to her explaining why some of the victims waited so long before they came forward. That woman was plowed down in the streets. And people feel like Harvey Weinstein had that done. I went in on all of that. But what I want you to also see is the pattern of the things that Harvey was accused of, how Diddy was accused of them. Harvey was accused of being a bully. He was accused of intimidation. He was accused of getting things done to hurt people that were speaking against him. Diddy's been accused of all of those things. They just said recently in the first amendment of Rodney Jones's lawsuit that somebody was trying to go to his people that he knew, his friends or whomever, and get dirt on him to get him to shut up. He also said that Diddy was getting someone, allegedly getting someone to harass his even 8-year-old daughter, his baby's mother, and other people. So it's okay. I'm supposed to ignore the fact that Rodney Jones has said that it has been alleged in the amended filing in the letter written to the judge by Rodney Jones's attorney. It's been alleged that Diddy was having somebody to harass an 8-year-old child. I'm supposed to ignore all that? No, I'm not going to ignore that. I'm not going to ignore that. Okay? Tawana says a lawyer said the statute of limitations are up on charging Jennifer Lopez because the victim didn't die. Right. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true, beloved. At the end of the day, but I'm talking about back then. Is the reason they didn't go in on Diddy so hard back then, I didn't really take Diddy down back then, it's because J-Lo was attached to him, and that would have meant her getting exposed. But as it pertains to her being charged now, yeah, I told you all days ago, beloved, that the likelihood of them reopening the case is slim to none because they already solved the case. It's not a cold case. They already blamed it on Shine. Shine already took the fall and went to prison for 10 years. So with that all being said, I don't think they'll reopen the case, even though the victim wants them to. Now, maybe if she actually has that bullet removed from her face, I don't know. But I still think that the statute of limitations is gone because, you know, at the end of the day, she didn't die. And also, Shine already did the time. So what are they going to do? Admit that they locked up the wrong person? Give Shine back, you know, that time? They can't do that. And then they would have to compensate Shine for wrongful conviction if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? So with that all been said, it is what it is. But the bottom line is, you ask yourselves, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but ask yourselves, do you think we should be siding with Diddy because the people that he was once working with are now trying to bring him down? Or should we side with the victims? Because even though everything they're saying hasn't been proven 100%, all of the victims still look like us. And the people that have made these accusations who say they worked with Diddy and they saw Diddy do certain things and Diddy had certain things done, these people all look like us too. The people who said that Diddy wronged them in business, publishing, finances, or whatever, those people look like us too. All right? Those people look like us too. Everybody's lying? No, absolutely not. Everyone isn't lying. And is it a money grab? All of these people talking aren't trying to get money. All of these people are out here are not suing him for money. Some of these people are just speaking up. Like Dawn Richards and D Woods from Danity Kane. Like Willie from Day 26. Like Mace. Okay? Like Gene Deal, his former bodyguard. Like Mark Curry, his former artist. These people aren't asking for money. So what's their purpose of saying these things? Of coming out and saying these things? Jaguar Wright. What's her purpose? Okay, she's not suing Diddy. At the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that people are saying just makes no sense. And it all just goes back to what I said about people caping for Diddy. Okay, some people are caping for him. And I don't care how hard they sit up there and try to tell you, I'm not caping for him. I'm not trying to defend him. Well, yeah, you are. And if you weren't caping for him and weren't trying to defend him, you wouldn't have to say that. You wouldn't have to preface your statements with that. It's just like when somebody says, no offense, but, well, when they say no offense, you already know they're about to offend you. You already know they're about to offend you. Okay? So please. Reggie said Willie was traumatized because Diddy stole his dreams. Willie from Day 26.
Yeah, he said something similar to that. Exactly. The writer says, exactly, Queen. It could have been any of us that he did that to. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So with that all being said, I find it also interesting. That's all I'm saying. Leon said, we standing for right. Absolutely. Okay. Laverne said, no, can't side with Diddy. I absolutely can. Reggie said, the over preponderance of accusations are overwhelming. He did it. I absolutely believe so. So with that all being said, I love you all to life. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share this video. Okay. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Maad Egypt said people speaking their truth on bad behavior from Diddy being protected. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. All right, so with that all been said, another thing is, Reggie said, great broadcast. Thank you, beloved. So another thing, listen, I'm going to be going live in the morning, okay? We're not going to be on here all late at night tomorrow, okay? I'm going live in the morning. All right, so with that all been said, Claudette said, thank you, Queen. You're welcome. So with that all being said, I love you all to life. I appreciate you all. Doretta said, Queen got the smoke for all their artists. I sure do. I don't care who you are. Okay, you look like me or you don't look like me. If you're doing something to my people, I'm gonna call you out. Period. Okay, period. Sandra said, thank you, Queen, for another informative broadcast. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. So listen, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got